I'm trying to get this thing to go live for, I finally went over on Periscope and I did it there to try to get something up as soon as I could. I'm sorry about the long wait. I had to change some of my settings in order for this to work. Apparently YouTube is censoring and shadow banning a lot of people. I've been getting messages from good friends today, good info people that said that they're being shadow banned, and I try to click on the links of the important information that they're sending me and the links don't connect. So there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. I apologize for not being able to get up. Like I said, I went ahead and did a Periscope on Twitter really fast because of the situation. Okay, I titled this, They Think We're Stupid, Are We? And I've got a couple of things to say about that. Some really crazy stuff is happening. A lot of people out there are claiming that people that called Trump's feet, put his feet in the fire, called him on the carpet, or any number of other of these, people that support Trump, it's developed into this cult of personality. And I've said all along, I've always believed that it's not about personality, it's about principle. And you only support a personality insofar as they abide by principle. Well, look, we've got some problems here. The very first thing I want to tell you is about this school shooting, okay? This school shooting is very important to understand what's happened here. I want you to go to a website, a YouTube site. It's called In Truth by Grace, all right? In Truth by Grace. And the name of the video is Urgent, semicolon, Stasi State, comma, Mental Health and the Details of the Drill. She talks about primarily the Florida shooting, but she also talks about all of these other instances where their government drills have been going on when these mass casualty events have occurred. And it's very important, okay? So I want you to go see it. I won't review the whole thing here other than to say this. Sorry, I'm wiggling a little bit. It's really cold here. I'm on a project trip up in the Northwest. I'm going to be out doing a special project, and so I'm going to be up here. And of course, the weather went bad while I'm here, but it's very pretty as you can see outside. But it's like 20 degrees. Last night it got down to like 13, okay, with a wind chill factor probably bringing it down to like -5. Anyway. Let me point out something the very important thing she says in this thing, that during this drill that's going on at this high school with emergency management personnel, including police, SWAT teams, all of that, this kid is able to slip into the school with a weapon. Ladies and gentlemen, the government is allowing these things to happen. And the problem is we've seen this every time there's a mass casualty event, whether staged or not, whether real or not, the government's always there doing a drill. That should be a warning. Now, she talks about this in a very, very excellent way. How did this kid get in this school during this drill? Even the students say, the drills were going off and then it all stopped and then the real shooting started and the drills go off again. So he walked in there while these people are still there. Look, Trump has got a problem, okay? And as I've said all along, I'm going to hold his feet to the fire. I'm going to call him on the carpet. The fact of the matter is that the rhetoric is not matching what's happening on the ground. Why hasn't he found out and explained to us what happened at the Las Vegas situation, or the Texas shooting, or now this Florida shooting? I heard from Tom Hennigan, and I forget the other guy's name that does this, that, Trump's going to send down the military to investigate. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. We do hear that Trump is very upset with the FBI and the intelligence community. Granted, he needs to circumvent it, but that should not prevent him from telling us what's going on here. This stuff happening with these shootings when drills are going on, this is absurd, and we still don't know what happened. Well, we do know what happened in Vegas by and large, but nobody's telling us officially, and that includes Trump. And there's a problem there, okay? And this is where I'm going with it. In his campaign, and even lately, he said that he wants to go after reducing medical costs, right? He wants to go after reducing the costs of pharmaceutical drugs. Do you remember him saying that in the campaign? And even all this year, to get rid of this Obamacare and all that? Look, ladies and gentlemen, if drugs are the problem, why doesn't he say something about it? Why is he allowing this to go to the guns again? Because this morning he said he's going to raise the limit, the age limit, of who can own a gun, probably to 21. And he's also going to make it so you can't buy anything that will make a civilian firearm shoot in any kind of automatic situation. Here we go, you know, infringing on the Second Amendment again. If you can vote at 18, if you can go in the army and the military at 18, who does he think he is that raising the age limit is right? No. We're avoiding the problem of these pharmaceutical drugs, especially the SSRIs, okay? Especially those. The uptake inhibitors, the serotonin uptake inhibitors, the antidepressants that cause a lot of this. Alex Jones has talked about it. Mike Adams has talked about Mike Adams of Natural News. A lot of people. This nurse I'm going to bring on vaccines here in a little while. All of that. And yet, you know, okay, you have accidents involving people under the influence of these drugs. Are they going to stop letting people have cars? Yeah, probably eventually. But the point is, it's not the guns. And especially when you can combine what's happening in these mass casualty things with an actual government drill that's going on at the same time. Maybe, you know, here's a connection for you, right? We better ban these FEMA drills and these mass casualty drills, because inevitably there's going to be a shooting, right? Some mad person's going to come in and do a shooting. So we need to ban the military and emergency management drills. Trump is backpedaling here, and I can go. You can call me a disinfo agent and all the people that want to hold his feet to the fire. You can call us traitors. You can call us nut jobs, whatever you want. But I've got eyes to see, and I got a brain. I can look at this and I say, there's a problem here, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's not. The promise of economic prosperity is not how you change morality, not how you change the knowledge of right and wrong. It can help, but it's not going to do the job. Not when you're covering for all of these things that are going on. How you doing? All of these things that are going on that are absolutely outrageous, and this is one of them. Again, I'm going to end this broadcast. I think I've forgotten to say a few things. I probably covered it better on Periscope. YouTube was cutting out my ability to live stream there. So I'm sorry if I'm yelling a little bit. There's a lot of echo in here, and there's a lot of background noise, so I want to make sure that you can hear this. Okay, again, I want you to go to, let's read it again. In Truth by Grace here on YouTube. And the title of the video is Urgent, semicolon, Stasi State, comma, Mental Health and the Details of the Drill. You need to go see that. It's about 15 minutes long, I think. And she does an excellent job in showing all the evidence, all the situations that are about this entire Florida shooting. There's no doubt, just like Vegas, just like the Texas shooting, just like all of these things, that there are deep state intelligence community, government agencies, and multinational corporations involved in this, okay? There's no doubt about it. And Trump has got to start talking. If he doesn't know what's going on because they're cloistering him, they're keeping him confined, he's going to just have to break out, because this isn't working, folks. This isn't working. We should have found out about Vegas already. All these claims of national security are hogwash, okay? The same with the Texas shooting. The same with the situation now with the Florida shooting. What about Pam Geller trying to point out that the FBI actually assisted, gave them weapons and took those ISIS shooters up there to Garland, Texas to kill her and Garrett Wilds? Come on. President Trump has got to get this out. He can't pretend like he has to nurture along the unknowing in our country that can't handle the truth. Bullshit. Bullshit. And you people that keep attacking real patriots that are concerned about this and about the disinformation out there that we see, and we don't call people names. We're out there trying to tell people, wake up, look at these anomalies, look at these inconsistencies, you got to pay attention. And when we do that, we're called disinfo agents, traitors, you know, all kinds of bad stuff. They want to kill the messenger because we want to speak what we see. When these other people speak their minds, you don't see me calling them crazies or disinfo agents. I try to show them why they've got to look at these things. We cannot be a cult of personality. And we've developed into that because of all the things that have happened. I'm not going to go to the particular, you know what I'm talking about. This whole thing has become a cult. It can't be about personality, ladies and gentlemen. It has to be about action on the ground. I say it all the time. Principles, not personalities. And unfortunately, the personality is winning out, and we're having a problem because it's not matching up with the principle. Okay, I'm done here. I'm sorry I can't do any more. I'm sorry it's a little wiggly. You know, it's like I say, it's cold as heck right here. And I've got to get going. I've got a long way to go yet and a lot of things to do. So thank you for coming. I appreciate your help. You need to get a hold of the White House. You need to call them. You need to send in your emails. You need to tell them, Trump, you got to get off of this. You got to start telling us what's happening and stop bullshitting us. And you need to do something. You need to start taking action. When are we going to see a collar? When are we going to see an arrest? Nothing. No official action. If it had been any of us, we'd already be in prison. Don't think that there isn't a second set of rules in this country, because there is. And if Trump is going to allow that to continue, despite the danger to him, don't think I don't understand that. I do. But there's no room for this anymore. We can't play this game anymore. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, he needs time. This took 60 years to put together, and now we're trying to take care of it in 1 year. No, no. We haven't got any choice but to take care of it as soon as we possibly can. We're losing. We're losing, ladies and gentlemen. The initiative that we had is going away. You don't want to hear that? Tough luck. I call it like I see it. And this doesn't look good. And this thing here today where he says he's going to up the age of who can buy a gun and going to stop things like bump stocks. He's attacking the Second Amendment in all ways now if he goes along with this. And yet he's not talking about the pharmaceutical drugs that you can also link to these shootings. And, as in Truth and Grace points out, these government drills cause these mass shootings and mass casualties. Just look at the stats, ladies and gentlemen. I did the expose on the Boston bombing in 2013 to show you that it was a war inside the government, and it's turned out to be true, just like I said, and as a reason to take away our rights and liberties. And under a pretense, they mobbed the government with militarily armed officers, mobbed those people in that town, forcing them out of their homes and searching them, and they knew what was going on. For one shooter that probably wasn't, or shooter, a bomber, who probably didn't do it anyway, they've never proved to me beyond a reasonable doubt that any of the Zarnov brothers had anything to do with that. And if they did, they were doing it under the behest of the CIA and the FBI. But there is no picture of either Zarnov brother at the finish line. There just isn't. There just isn't. Okay, I've rambled on enough. Sorry I can't take your calls. I really do got to go. Thanks for coming. I appreciate what you're doing here, and that you take the time to listen to me rant and rave. But I feel like I've just got to point these things out because time is short, ladies and gentlemen, and it's getting shorter every day. God bless you. God bless the Constitutional Republic of the United States of America and the Second American Revolution, I hope. And may God, I'm going to say God bless President Trump, but I'm also going to say may God help President Trump to find the courage and the ability to break this out in the open and tell us what the hell is really going on. Not that we don't know, but he can't play this game any longer, that the people can't handle it and all that. It is dangerous, and it could get a lot of people hurt. But this country's going to go down, the world's going to go down if we don't require President Trump and the rest of us to stand up and say what's happening and call out these secret societies that are based in the intelligence community, call them out and reveal them and plaster their information in the light of day all over. They're evil. They're not just misguided. They are evil, evil, evil. The intel community is our most dangerous domestic enemy. They will kill. Look at this situation with this Russian aircraft. They will kill 80 people, almost 80 people, 70 to 80 people to get one person. That's where we are, ladies and gentlemen. Or on 9/11, they killed 3,000. Do you understand? And now these mass shootings that they want to blame on the Second Amendment and good Americans. Let's link it to the military drills, to the pharmaceuticals. Right? All right. I got to go. Have a good day, guys. Thanks a lot for everything, and I'll get back to you when I can. We'll see you.